I am proud of myself because I pushed myself. I didn't give up, and I wanted to multiple times. But a part of what I love about what I do now is that I can be there for those kids the way that Mr. Solorzano was there for me. And it's tough, you know, the kids, they do need people. And a lot of people don't understand the struggle that life, you know, brings. There's so many different reasons a kid can be struggling in school, and I don't think that everyone's in touch with, you know, what that is. And so I have a deep passion for what I do because I want to be the person that I had. And that's what I wake up. You know, I wake up for that. I wake up so that I can go and be that person that I had when I was in high school.
I am a success today because of the continued support that I have received from all of the teachers that I've experienced in my K-12 schooling here in the district, through my undergraduate and graduate experiences, and even now as an educator and adult, the continued support that I receive from my colleagues.
I am a success because I am partially a product of, you know, my teachers' passion, commitment, knowledge, expertise, and just love for their students.
Our Garden Grove Unified School District Strategic Plan is composed of 3 goals to ensure that we're supporting students' academic skills, goal 1, personal skills, goal 2, to equal goal 3, lifelong success. When we look at each of the 3 goals in terms of academic skills, of course we think of the traditional academic mastery. But knowing that we also have a large number of students that come to us from a home in which English isn't the primary language, we want to make sure that English mastery is an important component of those academic skills that students develop, as well as the scholarly habits that students need in order to learn the skills of how to be a student. When we think of goal 2, which is our personal skills, that's comprised of goal 2A, motivation. So students being motivated to come to school and interested in the topics at hand. Goal 2B, which is our socio-emotional well-being. Do students feel good about themselves and who they are? And of course, rounding that out is goal 2C, which is our climate and culture. And do we have a safe and welcoming school climate and culture for all of our stakeholders? So when we think about goal 1, academic skills, and goal 2, personal skills, that equals goal 3, lifelong success. And that's what we, not only as educators, but as parents, want for our children. We want them to leave the school system prepared for lifelong success, to go on as adults and be successful, capable citizens who are prepared for success, not only in their chosen careers, but also in their personal lives at home. So Zuri is a wonderful example of goal 1 and goal 2 coming together to equal lifelong success. Zuri was one of our co-valedictorians at Los Amigos High School for the class of 2023. And I came to know Zuri not just through her academic successes and the work that she was doing in AP and honors classes, but also through the work she was doing to develop a climate and culture at Los Amigos, inclusive of her serving as a part of our Latinos Unidos school-wide and district-wide committees, and also being somebody who was always advocating for the needs of students, particularly those first-generation students like herself.
Well, with ceramics and my success, I would relate the two because in ceramics, you're just given clay and you really have to think of what you want to mold that clay to be. So I felt like I was like that growing up, just like a blob of clay. I didn't know what I wanted to do, what I wanted to be, but I was able to be shaped by my environment and the environment here at school. Once you have a picture of what you want and a sketch planned out, you work towards getting your clay there and molding it. And you may mess up, but you can always start over or just make some corrections because at the end of the day, it's a learning process. And I feel like my life has just been one huge learning process. Teachers really helped me feel connected to school and get the motivation to learn and become an eager learner. And so I want to be able to do the same for students.
One of our greatest joys as educators is to witness our high school graduations, where students culminating their 13-year plus oftentimes starting with us in preschool in the district and leaving us with the excitement about experiencing that lifelong success in the future that they know that Garden Grove Unified School District has equipped them with. And so for Zuri, as I've seen her grow over her high school career, seeing her now think ahead to her future as a teacher and how she's going to come back to the district and support other students who in the future will be as she once was. And she will now be taking over the reins. She and other young people like her will be taking over the reins of leadership over the next few decades, emerging from our system, understanding our communities, and being able to teach and support and lead in Garden Grove Unified School District.
So growing up, I still kind of face it now, but my parents struggled a lot more financially when I was younger because of a variety of different problems. But when I was younger, I let that affect me more. And so I took it upon myself to think about it at school. But I overcame that by just prioritizing school and having a good support system at school that let me treat it as an outlet and as something that as a place where I can let go of my problems and have fun and enjoy learning.
The majority of our students, like Zuri, are first generation. Their parents emigrating either from Mexico or from Vietnam to have a better life for their children. And so that experience, that immigrant experience, and often that experience comes with economic needs and social needs and social supports. And that's been something we've been pleased as a district to provide through the school site work that we do, in the classroom, outside of the classroom, our family resource centers, and all of the supports and resources that we put into place today. And when I look at students like Zuri, I see myself, the product of immigration from Mexico, the product of families that are doing their best to make ends meet, to support themselves financially, at the same time trusting our school system to do the best for their children and to equip their children with the personal skills and the academic skills needed for lifelong success. Noah is a wonderful exemplar of that first generation mentality of, I'm going to be a success, not for me, but for my family, for the sacrifices they made coming here, emigrating to the United States to have a better life for their children.
A personal challenge I faced was balancing between sort of my personal life, so stuff outside of school, and my academic life. I had a lot of extracurriculars out of high school, such as piano and swim, and the way I sort of managed that balance was setting and allotting time for myself. So I would have 1-2 hours for school stuff, and then another an hour for extracurriculars. And then I have sort of free time over the weekend for my own hobbies and stuff. I never really expected to be valedictorian. I just went to school, studied, learned, and I loved all my classes. And I really like to learn. And I feel like that sort of mindset to always want to know more, that's what led me up to become valedictorian.
Of course, we want all students to reach that minimum level and higher of academic mastery, of English mastery, and of scholarly habits. However, it's a necessary but not sufficient condition because students also have to feel good about who they are, have to be motivated to want to excel, and have to feel a sense of belonging at school. And both of those are equally important and intertwined in order to support students' overall well-being and wellness for them to move on to lifelong success.
I feel like because all these teachers, all these amazing teachers here have impacted me, I kind of wanted to impact others as well. And so, yeah, I feel like tutoring really led me up to that success and to where I am today, because without that, I don't think I would have found that I really like to help others and I want what's best for the community.
Noah is a great example of the balancing of those goals 1 and goal 2. because in addition to mastering that challenging academic content, he found ways to balance both at home and at school to ensure that he was doing things that motivated him, that supported his well-being, and that connected him with family and friends.
People usually saw me as uptight, like very happy and stuff. That's humanity. You always see him smiling, and usually people don't know what's underneath, and people are like, oh, he's always happy. Why would he be like having these type of thoughts? Mr. Jones was the most impactful teacher to me because after COVID, he was my first period teacher. He would always check up on me. He's like, hey, Manny, how are you? Because he knew about my past with depression and anxiety. And he'd be like, are you okay? He would do like these check-ins on me and stuff. And I was very appreciative at the time because I wasn't sure with this new year if it was going to be different. Without like his guidance and like his life lessons, I don't think I would be here today.
So Emmanuel's story is a great lesson for all of us. First of all, the impact that a staff can have, teachers and classified staff, administrators, observing when things don't seem right with the student. But also knowing that behind sometimes even that smiling face, that happy face, can be wellness issues that we always have to address for each and every student. And that for students to reach that academic success, attending to their personal needs, what motivates them is their sense of belonging and their sense of well-being that we can augment, that we can support through programs like our Aspire social work program, through teacher intervention, through folks knowing one another and reaching out to a student when they don't quite see themselves.
My high school life is like theater because every day we do something new. Sometimes we do things where we're not comfortable with, but it puts us out of our comfort zone, and when we get out of our comfort zone, you have always this community or people that have the same likings as you to always back you up and be there for you.
A decade ago, when we launched our strategic plan, our mission, vision, and our 3 goals, Goal 1, academic skills, plus Goal 2, personal skills, equals Goal 3, lifelong success. We knew it was a winning formula, but we also have evidence and proof of that. If we look to our original strategic plan goals video, and we had our wonderful 3 alumni. We had Lisa Bang, who at the time was the valedictorian from Bolsa Grande High School and is now on her way to become a pharmacist and is in medical school. We had Amber, who was the valedictorian from Hair Continuation that shared her personal challenges along the way. And I actually just saw her today. She is an instructional aide within our district that just graduated with her bachelor's from four-year university and is preparing to launch a new career as a teacher in our district. And then, of course, Pedro, who was an alumni at the time, a teacher in the classroom, and is now a teacher on special assignment, supporting our AVID program across the district and getting ready for his next steps now that he has almost completed his doctoral degree to move forward as an administrator. So when I see those 3 students from the video of a decade ago, or I look at our new students just recently graduated, coming through our school system, or even our preschoolers preparing to launch their next decade plus of working Garden Grove, I'm confident that our 3 goals, academic skills plus personal skills equal lifelong success, is a true winning recipe. It's a way that we look at students as if they were our own children, and as if we care for all of our students and ensure that they have the very best, and that is the Garden Grove way.
I'm a success because I've been able to use my situations I've faced growing up as fuel and motivation for being successful.
I'm a success because of all the teachers and parents. They encouraged me to be the best self that I can be.
I'm a success because I pushed myself through academics as well as learning some personal skills of how to face my mental struggles, and I'm going to four-year university.